The Libation Bearers by Aegisthus. Characters: Orestes, Pylades, Electra, a chorus of slave women and their leader, Clytemnestra, Clyssa, Aegisthus. Time and scene. Several years have passed since Agamemnon's death. At Argos, before the tomb of the king and his father, stands an altar. Behind it looms the house of Atreus. Orestes and Pylades enter, dressed as travelers. Orestes kneels at the altar and prays. Hermes, Lord of the dead, look down and guard the Father's power. Be my savior, I beg you, and my comrade now. I have come home to my own soil, an exile home at last. Here at the mounded grave I call my father. Hear me, I am crying out to you. Orestes cuts 2 locks of hair and lays them on the grave. There is a lock for Inachus, who nursed me into manhood, and there is one for death. I was not here to mourn when you died, father, and never gave the last salute when they bore your corpse away. Electra and a chorus of slave women enter in procession. They are dressed in black and bear libations, moving towards Orestes at the grave. What's this? Look at a company moving towards us, women robed in black, so clear in the early night. I wonder what they mean, what turn of fate, some newfound wound at the house? Or perhaps they come to honor you, my father, bearing cups to soothe and still the dead. That's right, it must be. Electra, I think I see her coming. There, my own sister, worn, radiant in her grief. Dear God, let me avenge my father's murder. Fight beside me now with all your might. Out of their way, Pylades. I must know what they mean, these women turning towards us, what their prayers call forth. Orestes and Pylades withdraw behind the tomb. The chorus sings. Rushed from the house we come, escorting cups for the dead, in step with the hand's hard beat, our cheeks glistening. Flushed where the nails have raked new furrows running blood, and life beats on, and we nurse our lives with tears. To the sound of ripping linen beat our robes in sorrow. Close to the breast the beats throb, and laughter's gone, and fortune throbs and throbs. Aye, bristling terror struck the sheer of the house. The nightmare ringing clear breathes its wrath and sleep. In the midnight watch a cry. The voice of terror deep in the house, bursting down on the woman's darkened chambers. Yes, and the old ones, skilled at dreams, swore oaths to God and called the proud dead stir under the earth. They rage against the one who took their lives. But the gifts, the empty gifts, she hopes will ward them off. Good Mother Earth, that godless woman sends me here. I dread to say her prayer, for what can redeem the blood that wets the soil? Oh, for the hearth fire banked with grief, the ramparts down, a fine house, dark, dark in the sun, the life is crust, and mist enshrouds the halls where the lords of war went down. And the ancient pride no war, no storm, no force could tame, ringing in all men's ears, and all men's hearts is gone. They are afraid. Success, they bow to success, more God than God himself. But justice waits and turns the scales. A sudden blow for some at dawn, for some in the no-man's land of dusk, her torments grow with time, and the lethal night takes others. And the blood that Mother Earth consumes clots hard, it won't seep through, it breeds revenge and frenzy goes through the guilty, seething like infection, swarming through the brain. For the one who treads a virgin's bed, there is no cure. All the streams of the world, all channels run into one to cleanse of man's red hands. And I, fate and the gods, brought down their yoke. They ringed our city out of our father's halls. They led us here as slaves. And the will breaks. We kneel at their command, our masters, right or wrong, and we beat the tearing hatred down. Behind our veils we weep for her. her senseless fate. Sorrow turns the secret heart to ice. Dear women, you keep the house in order, best you can, and now you've come to the grave to say a prayer with me, my escorts. I'll need your help with this. What to say when I pour the cup of sorrow? Electra lifts her libation. What kindness, what prayer can touch my father? Shall I say I bring him love for love, a woman's love for husband? My mother, love from her? I've no taste for that, no words to say as I run the honeyed oil on father's tomb, or try the salute we often use at graves, a wreath for the wreath. Now bring the givers gifts to match. No, give them pain for pain. Or silent dishonor just as father died, empty it out for the soil to drink, and then retrace my steps, like a slave sent out with the scourings left from the purging of the halls, and throw the cup behind me, looking straight ahead. Help me decide, my friends. Join me here. We nurse a common hatred in this house. Don't hide your feelings. No, fear no one. Destiny waits us all. Born free or slaves who labor under another's hand. Speak to me, please. Perhaps you've had a glimpse of something better. I revere your father's death mound like an altar. I'll say a word, now that you ask, that comes from deep within me. Speak on, with everything you feel for father's grave. Say a blessing as you pour for those who love you, and of the loved ones whom to call my friends, first yourself, then all who hate Aegisthus. I and you, I can say a prayer for us, and then for, try to say it. There was someone else to rally to our side? Remember good Orestes, even abroad and gone. Yes, that's good advice. Now for the murderers, remember them, and what? I'm so in season, teach me what to say. Let some god or man come down upon them. Judge or avenger? Just say the one who murders in return. How can I ask the gods for that and keep my conscience clear? How not, and pay back the enemy in kind? Electra kneels at the grave. Herald king of the world above and the quiet world below, Lord of the dead, my Hermes, help me now. Tell the spirits underground to hear my prayers, and the high watch hovering over father's roofs, and have her listen to the earth herself, who brings all things to life, and makes them strong, then gathers in the rising tide once more. And I will tip my libations to the dead. I call out to my father, pity me, dear Orestes too, rekindle the light that saves our house. We're auctioned off, drift like vagrants now. Mother has pawned us for a husband, Aegisthus, her partner in the murdering. I go like a slave, and Orestes driven from his estates, while they roll in the fruits of all your labors, magnificent and sleek. Oh, bring Orestes home, with a happy twist of fate, my father. Hear me. Make me more than self-possessed than my mother. Make this hand more pure. These prayers for us, for our enemies, I say. Raise up your avenger into the light, my father. Kill the killers in return with justice. So in the midst of prayers for good, I place this curse for them. Bring up your blessings up into the air, led by the gods and earth and all the rites that bring us triumph. Electra pours libations on the tomb. These are my prayers. Over them I pour libations. Yours to adorn them with laments, to make them bloom, so custom says. Sing out and praise the dead. Let the tears fall, ring out and die. Die with the warlord at his bank, this bulwark of the good, defense against the bad, the guilt, the curse we ward away with prayer and all we pour. Hear me, Majesty, hear me, Lord of glory, from the darkness of your heart. Dear God, let him come, some man with a strong spear born to free the house, with the torsion bow of Scythia bent for slaughter, splattering shafts like a god of war, sword and fist for the slash and hack of battle. Father, you have it now, the earth has drunk your wine. Wait, friends, here's news, come share it. Speak on, my heart's a dance of fear. But behold this lock of hair here on the grave. Whose is it? A man's? A girl's? And it has the marks, and anyone would think, what? We're old, you're young, now you teach us. No one could have cut this lock, but I and... Callous they are, the ones who ought to shear the hair and mourn. Just look at the texture. It's just like... Whose? I want to know. Like mine, identical, can't you see? Orestes? He brought a gift in secret? It is his, I can see his curls. And how could he risk the journey here? He sent it, true, a lock to honor his father. All the more cause for tears. You mean he'll never set foot on native ground again? Yes, it's sweeping over me too, anguish like a breaker, a sword ripping through my heart. Tears come like the winter rains that flood the gates. Can't hold them back when I see this lock of hair. How could I think another Greek could play the prince with this? She'd never cut it, the murderess, my mother. She insults the name, she and her godless spirit preying on her children. But how can I come right out and say it is the glory of the dearest man I know, Orestes? But stop, I'm fawning on hope. Only, it had a herald's voice, kind and human, and I'm so shaken, so torn, and it told me clearly to throw it away. They severed it from a head that I detest, or it could sorrow me like a brother. This splendor come to honor father's grave. We call on the gods, and the gods well know what storms torment us, sailors whirled to nothing. But if we are to live and reach the haven, one small seed could grow a mighty tree. And look here, there are tracks, a new sign to tell us more. Footmarks, pairs of them, like mine. 2 outlines, 2 prints, his own, and they are fellow travelers. Electra puts her foot into Orestes' footprint. The heel, the curve of the arch, like twins we are. Orestes emerges from behind the grave. She follows cautiously in his steps until they come together. Step by step, my step and his, we meet. Oh, the pain, like pangs of labor, this is madness. Pray for the future, my sister. Tell the gods they've brought your prayers to birth, and pray that we succeed. The gods, why now? What have I ever won from them? The sight you prayed for to see for many years. And you know the one I call? I know Orestes, know he moves you deeply. Yes, but now what's come to fill my prayers? Here I am, look no further. No one loves you more than I. No, this is a trap, stranger, a net you tied around me. Then I tie myself as well. But the pain, you're laughing at all. Your pain is my pain. If I laugh at yours, I laugh only at mine. Orestes, can I call you? Are you really? I am. Open your eyes, so slow to learn. You saw the lock of hair I cut in the morning. You scanned my tracks, you could see my marks. Your breath leapt. You all but saw me in the flesh. Look. Orestes holds the lock of hair to his temple, then to Electra's. Put it where I cut it. It is your brother's. Try, it matches yours. Work of your own hand, you tamped the loom. Look, there are wild creatures in the weaving. Electra kneels beside him, weeping. He lifts her to her feet, and they embrace. No, control yourself. Don't lose yourself in joy. Our loved ones, well I know, would slit our throats. Dearest, the darling of your father's house, hope of the seed we nursed with tears, you save us. Trust to your power. Trust to your power. Win your father's house once more. You light to my eyes, 4 loves in one. I have to call you father. It is fate, and I turn to you the love I gave my mother, for I despise her, and she deserves it. And the love I gave my sister, sacrificed on the cruel sword, I turn to you. You were my faith, my brother. You alone restore my self-respect. Power and justice, saving Zeus, third Zeus, almighty all in all, be with us now. Orestes, Zeus, watch over all we do. Fledglings reft of the noble eagle father. He died in the coils, the viper's dark embrace. We are his orphans, worn down with hunger, weak, too young to haul the father's quarry home to shelter. Look down on us, I and Electra too, I tell you, children robbed of our father, both of us bound in exile from our house. And what a father, a priest at sacrifice, he showered you with honors. Put an end to his nestlings now, and who will serve you banquets rich as his? Destroy the eagle's brood, you can never send a sign that wins all men's belief. Rot the stalk of a proud dynastic tree, it can never show your altar steaming with the oxen in the mornings. Tend us, we seem in ruins now. up from nothing, rear a house to greatness. Softly, children, white hopes of your father's hearth. Someone might hear you, children, charmed with his own voice, blurt out this all to the masters. Ogus wants to see them, live bones crackling in the fire, spitting pitch. Apollo will never fail me, no, his tremendous power, his oracles charges me to see this trial through. I can still hear the god, a high voice ringing with winters of disaster, piercing the heart within me, warm and strong, unless I hunt my father's murderers, cut them down in their own style. They destroyed my birthright, and gore them like a bull, Apollo called, or pay their debt with your own life, one long career of grief. He revealed so much about us, told how the dead took root beneath the soil, they grow with hate and plague the lives of men. He told of the leprous boils that hide the flesh, their wild teeth gnawing the mother's tissue, and a white scurf spreads like cancer over these, and worse. He told how assaults of fury spring to life on the father's blood. You can see them, the eyes burning, grim brows working over you in the dark sword of the dead, your murdered kinsmen pleading for revenge, and the madness haunts the midnight watch. The empty terror shakes you, harries, drives you on, an exile from your city. A brazen whip will mutilate your back. For such as us, no share in the wine bowl, no libations poured in love. You never see your father's wrath, but it pulls you from the altars. There is no refuge, none to take you in, a pariah reviled, at long last you die, withered in the grip of all this dying. Such oracles are persuasive, don't you think? And even if I am not convinced, the rough work of the world is still to do. So many yearnings meet and urge me on. The gods command, mounting sorrow for father. Besides, the lack of patrimony presses hard, and my compatriots, the glory of men who toppled Troy with nerves of singing steel, go at the beck and call of a brace of woman. Woman-hearted he is, if not, we'll soon see. The leader of the chorus lights the altar fires. Orestes, Electra, and the chorus gather for the invocation at the grave. Powers of destiny, mighty queens of fate, by the will of Zeus your will be done. Press on to the end now. Justice turns the wheel, word for word, curse for curse, be born now. Justice thunders hungry for retribution. Stroke for bloody stroke be paid. The one who acts must suffer. 3 generations strong the word resounds. Dear father, father of dread, what can I do or say to reach you now? What breath can reach from here to the bank where you lie moored at anchor? What light can match your darkness? None, but there is a kind of grace that comes when the tears revive a proud old house, and Atreus' sons, the warlords lost and gone. The ruthless jaws of the fire, my child, can never tame the dead. His rage inflames his sons. Men die and the voices rise. They light the guilty true. Cries raised for the fathers, clear and just, will hunt their killers harried to the end. Then hear me now, my father, it is my turn. My tears are welling now, as child by child we come to the tomb and raise the dirge. My father, your grave receives a girl in prayer, and a man in flight, and we are one. And the pain is equal. Whose is worse? And who outwrestles death? What third last fall? But still some god, if he desires, may work our strains to a song of joy. From the dirges chanted over the grave may lift a hymn the king's halls and warm the loving cup you stir this morning. If only at Troy, at Lycian, cut you down, my father, gone with an aura left at home behind you, children to go their ways, and the eyes look on them bright with awe, and the tomb you win on headlands seas away would buoy up the house. And loved by the men you loved who died in glory, there you'd rule beyond the earth, Lord, Prince, stern aid to the giant kings who judged the shadows there. You were a king of kings when you drew breath. The mace you held could make men kneel or die. No, not under Troy, not dead and gone with them, my father. Hordes pierced by the spear Scamander washes down. Sooner the killers die as they killed you at the hands of friends, and the news of death would come from far away. We'd never know this grief. You are dreaming, child, dreams dearer than gold, more blessed than the blessed beyond the north winds raging. Dreams are easy, oh, but the double lash is striking home. Now our comrades group underground, our masters' reeking hands are doomed. The children take the day. That thrills his ear, that arrow lands. Zeus, Zeus, force up from the earth destruction. Late but true to the mark. To the reckless heart, the killing hand, for parents of revenge, revenge be done. And the ripping cries of triumph mine, to sing when the man is stabbed, the woman dies. Why hide what's deep inside me? Black wings beating, storming the spirit's prow, hurricanes slashing hatred. Both fists at once come down, Zeus, crush their skulls, kill, kill again. Now give the land some faith, I beg you. From these ancient wrongs bring forth our rights. Hear me, earth, and all you lords of death. It is the law, when the blood of slaughter wets the ground, it wants more blood. Slaughter cries for the fury of those long dead to bring destruction on destruction churning in its wake. Sweet earth, how long? Great lords of death, look on, you mighty curses of the dead. Look on the last of Atreus' children, here the remnant, helpless, cast from home. God, where to return? And again my pulses race and I leap. I can feel your sobs and hope becomes despair. And the heart goes dark to hear you. The anguish ebbs, I see you stronger. Hope and the light come on me. What hope is there? What force to summon? What can help? What but the pain we suffer, bred by her? So let her fawn, she can never soothe her young wolves. Mother dear, you bred our wolves' raw fury. I beat and beat the dirge like a Persian mourner, hands clenched tight and the blows are coming thick and fast. You can see the hands shoot out, now hand over hand and down, the head pulsates, blood at the temples pounding to explode. Reckless, brutal mother, oh dear God, the brutal, cruel cortege, the warlord stripped of his honor guard and stripped of mourning rites. You dared entomb your lord unwept and unsung. Shame for all the world, you mean. Dear God, my father degraded so. Oh, she will pay. She must pay by the gods in these bare hands. Just let me take her life and die. Shamed, butchered, I tell you, hands lopped, strung to shackle his neck and arms. So she worked, she buried him, made your life hell. Your father was mutilated, do you hear? You tell him of father's death. But I was an outcast, worthless, leashed like a vicious dog in a dark cell. I wept. Laughter died that day. I wept, pouring out the tears behind my veils. Hear that, my brother. Carve it into your heart. Let it ring in your ears. But let your heart stand firm. The outrage stands as it stands. You burn to know the end. But first be strong, be steel, then down and fight. I'm calling you, my father. Be with all you love. I am with you, calling through my tears. We band together now, the call resounds. Hear us now, come back into the light. Be with us, battle all you hate. Now force clash with force, right with right. Dear gods, be just, win back our rights. The flesh crawls to hear them pray. The hour of doom has waited long. Pray for it once, and oh my God, it comes. Oh, the torment bred in the race. The grinding scream of death and the stroke that hits the vein, the hemorrhage none can staunch, the grief, the curse no man can bear. But there is a curse in this house, and but there is a cure in this house, and not outside it, no, not from others, but from them. We sing to you, dark gods beneath the earth. Now hear you, blissful powers underground, answer the call, send help, bless the children, give them triumph now. They withdraw, while Elector and Orestes come to the altar. Father, king, no royal death you died, give me the power now to rule our house. I need you too, my father. Help me kill her lover, then go free. Then men will extend the sacred feast to you, or else when the steam and the rich savor burn for Mother Earth, you will starve for honor. And I will pour my birthright out to you, the wine of the Father's house, my bridal wine, and first of all the shrines revere your tomb. O earth, bring Father up to watch me fight. O Persephone, give us power, lovely, gorgeous power. Remember the bath they stripped away your life, my father. Remember the all-embracing net they made at first for you. Chained like a beast, chains of hate, not bronze, my father. Shamed in the schemes, the hoods they slung around you. Does our taunting wake you, my father? Do you lift your beloved head? Send us justice, fight for all you love, or help us pin them in grip for grip. They threw you, don't you long to throw them down in turn? One last cry, father, look at your nestlings stationed at your tomb. Pity your son and your daughter. We are all you have. Never blot out the seed of Pelops here, then in the face of death you cannot die. The voices of children, salvation to the dead, corks to the net, they rescue the linen meshes from the depths. This line will never drown. Hear us, the long wail we raise is all for you. Honor our call and you will save yourself. And a fine thing it is to lengthen out the dirge. You adore a grave and fate they never mourned. But now for action. You're set on action. Put your stars to proof. And so we will. One thing first, I think on the track. Why did she send libations? What possessed her so late to salve a wound past healing? To the unforgiving dead she sends this sop, this... Who am I to appreciate her gifts? They fall so short of all her failings. True, pour out your all to atone an act of blood. You work for nothing, so the saying goes. I'm ready. Tell me what you know. I know, my boy, I was there. She had bad dreams. Some terror came groping through the night. It shook her, and she sent these cups, unholy woman. And you know the dream? Can you tell it clearly? She dreamed she bore a snake, said so herself, and come to the point, where does the story end? She swaddled it like a baby, laid it to rest. And food, what did the little monster want? She gave it her breast to suck. She was dreaming. And didn't it tear her nipple, the brute inhuman? Blood curdled the milk with each sharp tug. No empty dream then, this vision of a man. And she woke with a scream, appalled, and rows of torches burning out the blind dark flared across the halls to soothe the queen. And then she sent the libations for the dead. An easy cure, she hopes, will cut the pain. But no, I pray to the earth and father's grave to bring that dream to life in me. I'll play the seer. It all fits together. Watch. If the serpent came from the same place as I and slept in the bands that swaddled me, and its jaws spread wide for the breast that nursed me into life, and clots the stained milk, mother's milk, and she cried in fear and agony, so be it. As she bred this sign, this violent prodigy, so she dies by violence. I turn serpent, I kill her, so the vision says. You are the seer for me. I like your reading. Let it come, but now rehearse your friends. Say do this or don't do that. The plan is simple. My sister goes inside, and I'd have her keep the bond with me a secret. They killed an otter man by cunning, so they should die by cunning, caught in the same noose. So he commands Apollo the seer, who's never lied before, and I, like a stranger, equipped for all events, go to the outer gates with this man here, Pylades, a friend, the house's friend at arms, and we will speak Parnassian, both try for the native tones of Delphi. Now, say none at the doors will give us a royal welcome. Well, then we wait, till a passerby will stop and puzzle and make insinuations at the house. Aegisthus shuts his door on the man who needs him. Why, I wonder, does he know? Is he home? But once through the gates, across the threshold, once I find that man on my father's throne, or returning late to meet face to face, and his eyes shift and fall, I promise you now, before he can ask me, stranger, who are you? I will drop him dead, a thrust of the sword and twist. One fury never wants for blood. His she drinks unmixed, our third libation poured to Zeus in saving. Turning to Electra, Orestes says, keep a close watch inside, dear, be careful, we must work together step by step. And you, better hold your tongues, religiously, silence friends, or speak when it will help. For the rest, watch over me, I need you, guide my sword through the struggle, guide me home. Orestes and Pylades and Electra leave. The chorus sings. Marvels, the earth breeds many marvels. Terrible marvels overwhelm us. The heaving arms of the sea embrace and swarm with savage life, and high in the no-man's land of night torches hang like swords. The hawk on the wing, the beast astride the fields, can tell of the whirlwind's fury roaring strong. Oh, but a man's high-daring spirit, who can account for that? Or woman's desperate passion daring past all bounds? She couples with every form of ruin known to mortals. Woman, frenzied, driven wild with lust, twists the dark, warm harness of wedded love, tortures man and beast. Well, you know, you with a sense of truth recall Elathia, the heartless mother who killed her son. What a scheme she had! She rushed his destiny, lit the bloody torch, preserved from the day he left her loins with a cry. The life of the torch paced his, burning on till fate burned out his life. There is one more in the tales of hate. Remember Scylla, the girl of slaughter seduced by foes to take her father's life. The gift of Minos, a choker forged in gold, turned her head, and Nissus's immortal lock she cut as she slept away his breath. Ruthless bitch, now Hermes, take her down. Now that I call to mind old wounds that never heal, stop, it's time for the wedded love and hate, for the curse of the halls. This woman's brazen cunning bent on her lord in arms, her warlord's power. Do you respect such things? I prize the hearthstone warmed by faith, a woman's temper nothing bends to courage. First, at the head of legendary crime stands Lemnos. People shudder and mourn and can't forget. With each new horror that comes, we call the hells of Lemnos. Loathed by the gods for guilt, cast off by men, disgraced, her line dies out. Who could respect what God detests? What of these tales I have not picked with justice? The sword's at the lungs, it stabs deep, the edge cuts through, and justice drives it. Outrage still lives on, not trodden to pieces underfoot. Not yet, though the laws lie trampled down, the majesty of Zeus. The anvil of justice stands fast, and the fate beats out the sword. Tempered for glory, a child will wipe clean the inveterate stain of blood shed long ago. Fury brings home at last, the brooding mother fury. Orestes and Pylades approach the house of Atreus. Slave, the slave, where is he? Hear me pounding the gates. Is there a man inside the house? For the third time, come out of the halls. If Aegisthus has them, welcome friendly guests. All right, I hear you, but where do you come from, stranger? Who are you? Announce me to the masters of the house. I've come for them. I bring news. Hurry. The chariot of the night is rushing on the dark. The hour falls. The traveler casts his anchor in an inn where every stranger feels at home. Come out, whoever rules the house. The woman in charge. No, the man, better that way. No scruples then. Say what you mean, man to man. Launch in and prove your point. Make it clear and strong. Clytemnestra emerges from the palace, attended by Electra. Strangers, please, tell me what you would like, and it is yours. We've all you might expect in a house like ours. We have warm baths and beds to charm away your pains, and the eyes of justice look on all we do. But if you come for higher things, affairs that touch the state, that is the men's concern, and I will stir them on. I am a stranger from Daulis, close to Delphi. I just set out packing my own burden bound for Argos, when I met a perfect stranger, out of the blue, who asks me my way and tells me his. Strophios, a Phoenician, so I gathered in conversation. Well, my friend, he says, out for Argos in any case. Remember to tell the parents he is dead, Orestes. Promise me, please, it will not slip your mind. Then whenever his people want to bring him home or bury him here, an alien, all outcast here forever, won't you ferry back their wishes? As it is, a bronze urn is armor to his emperors. The man's been well mourned. I only tell you what I heard, and am I speaking now with guardians, kinsmen who will care? It's hard to say, but a parent ought to know. Aye, your words, you storm us, raise us to the roots. You curse of the house so hard to wrestle down. How you range, targets at peace, miles away, and a shaft from your outlook brings them down. You strip me bare of all I love, destroy me, now Orestes. And he was trained so well, we'd been so careful. kept his footsteps clear of the quicksand of death. Just now, the hope of the halls, the surgeon to cure our fury's lovely revel. He seemed so close, he's written off the rolls. If only I were, my friends with hosts as fortunate as you, if only I could be known for better news than welcomed like a brother. The tie between the host and stranger, what is kinder? But what an impiety, so it seemed to me, not to bring this to a head for loved ones. I was bound by honor, bound by the rights of hospitality. Nothing has changed for you, friend. For all that you receive, you will receive all you deserve, as welcome in these halls as one of us. Wouldn't another bear the message just as well? But you must be worn from the long day's journey. Time for your reward. Escort him in, my daughter, where the men who come are made to feel at home. He and his retinue and fellow travelers. Let them taste the bounty of our house. Do it as if you depended on his welfare. And we will rouse the powers in the house and share the news. We never lacked for loved ones. We will probe this turn of fortune every way. Electra leads Orestes, Pylades, and their retinue into the halls. Clytemnestra follows, while the chorus reassembles. O dear friends, who can serve the house when we speak out? When can the vigor of our voices serve Orestes? Queen of the earth, rich-mounded earth, breasting over the Lord of ships, the king's corpse at rest. Hear us now help us, now the time is ripe. Down to the pit persuasion goes, with all her cunning. Hermes, death of death, the great shade patrols the ring to guide the struggles, drive the tearing sword. And I think our new friend is at his mischief. Look, Orestes nurse in tears. Where now, old-timer, padding along the gates, with a pain to volunteer to go your way? Aegisthus, your mistress calling. Hurry and meet your guest. There's news. It's clear, man to man, you'll see. And she looks at the maids and pulls that long face, and down deep her eyes are laughing over the work that's done. Well and good for her. For the house, it's the curse all over. The strangers make that plain. But let him hear. He'll revel once he knows. O God, the life is hard. The old griefs, the memories mixing cups of pain, so much pain in the halls, the house of Atreus. I suffered the heart within me, always breaking. Oh, but I never shouldered misery like this. So many blows, good slave, I took my blows. Now, dear Orestes, the sweetest, dearest plague of all our lives. Red from your mother's womb I took you, reared you. Nights, the endless nights I paced, your wailing kept me moving, led me a life of labor. And such care I gave it. Babies can't think for itself. Poor creature. You have to nurse it, don't you? Read its mind. Little devil's got no words. It's still swaddled. Maybe it wants a bite or a sip of something, or its bladder pinches. A baby's soft insides have a will of their own. I had to be a prophet. Oh, I tried and missed. Believe you me, I missed, and I'd scrub its pretty things until they sparkled. Washerwoman and wet nurse shared the shop. A jack of two trades, that's me, and an old hand at both. And so I nursed Orestes. Yes, from his father's arms I took him once, and now they say he's dead. I've suffered it all, and now I'll fetch that man the ruination of the house, to give him the news. He'll relish every word. She tells him to come, but how prepared? Prepared how else? I don't see. With his men, I mean, or alone? Oh, she says to bring his bodyguard, his cutthroats. No, not now, not if you hate our master. Tell him to come alone. Nothing for him to fear then. When he hears, have him come quickly too, rejoicing all the way. The teller sets the crooked message straight. What? You're glad for the news that's come? Why not, if Zeus will turn the evil wind to good? But how? Orestes, the hope of the house, is gone. Not yet. It's a poor seer who'd say so. What are you saying? Something I don't know? Go in with your message. Do as you're told. May the gods take care of cares that come from them. Well, then I'm off. I'll do as I'm told. And here's to the best. Some help, dear gods, some help. Oh, now bend to my prayer, Father Zeus, Lord of the gods astride the sky. Grant them all good fortune, the lords of the house who strain to see strict discipline return. Our cry is the cry of justice. Zeus, safeguard it well. Zeus, Zeus, set him against his enemies in the hall. Do it, rear him to greatness. 2, 3-fold he will repay you freely. Now look, watch the colt of a man you so loved, yoked to the chariot of pain. Now the orphan needs you. Harness his racing, rein him in, preserve his stride so we can watch him surge at the last turn, storming for the goal. And you who haunts the vaults where the gold glows in the darkness, hear us now, good spirits of the house. Conspire with us. Come and wash old works of blood in the fresh-drawn blood of justice. Let the grey retainer, murder, breed no more. And you, Apollo, lord of the glorious masoned cavern, grant that this man's house lift up its head, that we may see with loving eyes the light of freedom burst from its dark veil. And lend a hand and scheme for the rights, my Hermes, help us, sail the action on with all your breath. Reveal what's hidden, please, or say a baffling word in the night in blind men's eyes. When the morning comes, your word is just as stark. So at last, at the dawn of the frieze of the house, we sea widows wed to the winds will beat our morning looms of song and sing, our ships come in. Mine, mine is the wealth that swells her holds. These I love are home and free of death. But you, when your turn in the action comes, be strong. When she cries, son, cry out, my father's son, go through with the murder, innocent at last. Raise up the heart of Perseus in your breast. And for all you love under the earth and all above its rim, now scarf your eyes against the Gorgon's fury. Go in for the slaughter. Enter Aegisthus. Here comes the butcher, wipe out death with death. Coming, yes, I have my summons. There's news, I gather, travelers here to tell it. No joy in the telling, though. Orestes is dead. Saddle the house with a bloody thing like that and it might just collapse. It's still raw from the last murders, galled and raw. But how to take the story for living truth, or work of a woman's panic, gossip starting up in the night to flicker out and die? Do you know? Tell me, clear my mind. We've heard a little, but get it from the strangers, go inside. Messengers have no power, nothing like a face-to-face encounter with the source. I must see him, test the messenger. Where was he when the boy died, standing on the spot? Or is he dazed with rumor, mouthing hearsay? No, he'll never trap me, eye it opened. Zeus, what can I say? How to begin this prayer? Call down the gods for help. What words can reach the depth of all I feel? Now they swing to the work, the red edge of the cleaver hacks at flesh and men go down. Agamemnon's house goes down, all out disaster now. Or his son ignites the torch of freedom, wins the throne, the citadel, the father's realms of gold. The last man on the bench, a challenger must come to grips with it too. Up, like a young god Orestes, wrestle, let it be so to win. There's a scream inside the palace. Listen, what's happening? The house, what have they done to the house? Back, till the work is over. Stand back, they'll count us clean of the dreadful business. The women scatter, a wounded servant of Aegisthus enters. Look, the die is cast, the battle's done. And it's all over, the master's dead, a third, last salute, Aegisthus is no more. Open up, wrench the bolts on the workman's doors, faster, a strong young arm it takes, but not to save him now, he's finished, what's the use? Look, wake up, no good. I call to the death, to sleepers, a waste of breath. Where are you, Clytemnestra? What are you doing? Her head is ripe for lopping on the block, she's next, and Justice wields the axe. The door opens and Clytemnestra comes forth. What now? Why this shouting up and down the halls? The dead are cutting down the quick, I tell you. What a riddle is that? I do well at riddles. By cunning we died precisely as we killed. Hand me the man-axe, someone hurry. Servant leaves. Now we will see, win all or lose all, we have come to this, the crisis of our lives. The main door of the palace opens. Orestes, sword in hand, is standing over the body of Aegisthus, with Pylades close behind him. It's you I want. This one's had enough. Gone, my violent one, Aegisthus, very dear. You love your man? Then lie in the same grave. You can never be unfaithful to the dead. Wait, my son, no respect for this, my child? The breast you held? drowsing away the hours, soft gums tugging the milk that made you grow? What do I do, Pallades? I dread to kill my mother. And what of the future? What of the prophet god Apollo, the Delphic voice, the faith and oaths we swore? Make all mankind your enemy, not the gods. Then you win me over, good advice. Wheeling on Clytemnestra, thrusting her towards Aegisthus. This way. I now to butcher you, right across this body. In life you thought he dwarfed my father. Now die. Go down with him forever. You loved this man, the man you should have loved to hate. My son, I gave you life. Let me grow old with you. What? Kill my father, then you'd live with me? Destiny had a hand in that, my child. This too, then, destiny is handing you to your death. You have no fear of a mother's curse, my son? Mother, you flung me to a life of pain. I never flung you. I placed you in a comrade's house. You disgraced me, sold me, a freeborn father's son. Oh, then name the price I took for you. I am ashamed to mention it in public. Please, and tell me your father's failings too. Never judge him. He suffered. You sat here at home. It hurts women being kept from men, my son. Perhaps, but the slaves to keep them safe at home. I see murder in your eyes, my child. Mother's murder. You are the murderer, not I, and you have killed yourself. Watch out, for the hounds of a mother's curse will hunt you down. But how to escape a father's if I fail? I must be spilling live tears on a tomb of stone. Yes, my father's destiny, it decrees your death. You are the snake I bore then. I gave you life. Yes, that was the great seer, the terror in your dreams. You killed and it was outrage. Suffer outrage now. He draws her over the threshold. The door closes behind him, and the chorus gathers at the altar. I even mourn the victim's double fates, but Orestes fought, he reached the summit of bloodshed here. We'd rather have it so, the bright eyes of the halls must never die. Justice came at last to the sons of Priam, late but crushing vengeance, yes, but to Agamemnon's house returned the double lion, the double onslaught, drove to the hilt the exile sped by God, by Delphi's just command that drove him home alone. Lift the cry of triumph, the master's house wins free of grief, free of the ones who bled its wealth, the couple stained with murder, free of fate's rough path. He came back with a lust for secret combat, stealthily, cunning vengeance, yes, but his hand was steered in open fight by the god's true daughter. Right, right, we call her. We in our mortal voices aiming well, she breathes her fury, shatters all she hates. Lift the cry of triumph, the master's house wins free of grief, free of the ones who bled its wealth, the couple stained with murder, free of fate's rough path. Apollo wills it so. Apollo, clear from the earth's deep cleft, his voice came shrill. Now stealth will master stealth, and the pure God came down and healed our ancient wounds. The heavens come, somehow, to lift our yoke of grief, now to praise the heavens' just command. And look, the light is breaking. The huge chain that curbed the halls give way. Rise up, proud house. Long, too long your walls lay fallen, strewn among the earth. Time brings all to birth. Soon time will stride through the gates with blessings, once the hearth burns off corruption, once the house drives off the furies. Look, the dice of fate fall well for all to see. We sing how fortune smiles. The aliens in the house are routed at last. Look, the light is breaking. The huge chain that curbed the halls gives way. Rise up, proud house. Long, too long, your walls lay fallen, strewn along the earth. The door to the palace opens. Torches light Pylades and Orestes, sword in hand, standing over the bodies of Clytemnestra and Aegisthus. Behold the double tyranny of our land. They killed my father, stormed my father's house. They had their power when they held the throne. Great lovers still, as you may read their fate. True to their oath, hand in hand they swore to kill my father, hand in hand to die. Now they keep their word. Unwinding the bodies on the bier that robes the entangled Agamemnon, he displays them as Clytemnestra had displayed them to the chorus at the altar. Look once more on this, you who gather here to attend our crimes. The master plot that bound my wretched father, shackled his ankles, manacled his hands. Spread it out, stand in a ring around it, a grand shroud for a man. Here unfurl it so the Father, no, not mine, but the one who watches over all, the Son can behold my mother's godless work. So he may come, my witness when the day of judgment comes, that I pursued this bloody death with justice. Aegisthus, but why mention him? The adulterer dies, an old custom, an old justice. But she who plotted this horror against her husband, she carried his children growing in her womb, and I loved her once, and now I loathe. I have to loathe. What is she? Kneeling at the body of his mother. Some moray eel, some viper born to rot her mate with a single touch, no fang to strike him, just the wrong, the reckless fury in her heart. This, how can I dignify this, snare for a beast, sheath for a corpse's feet, this winding sheet, this tent for the bath of death? No, a hunting net, a coiling, what to call? A foot trap woven of robes. Why, this is perfect gear for highwaymen who entice guests and rob them blind and plies the trade of thieves. With a sweet lure like this, he'd hoist 100 lives and warm his heart. Live with such a woman, marry her, sooner the gods destroy me, and I die without an heir. Oh, the dreadful work, death calls and she is gone, but oh, for you, the survivor, suffering is just about to bloom. Did she do the work or not? Here, come close. This shroud's my witness, died with Aegisthus' blade. Look, the blood ran here, conspired with time to blot the swirling dyes, the handsome old brocade. Orestes clutches his father's robes, burying his face in them, and weeping. Now I can praise you, now I'm here to mourn. You were my father's death, my great robe, I hail you. Even if I must suffer the work and the agony, and all the race of man, I embrace you, my victory are my guilt, my curse and still. No man can go through life and reach the end unharmed. Trouble is now, and trouble still to come. But still, that you may know, I see no end in sight. I am a charioteer, the reins are flying. Look, the mares plunge off the track. My bolting hard, it beats me down, and terror beats the drum. My dance and singing master pitched to fury. And still, while I have some self-control, I say to my friends in public, I killed my mother, not with a little justice. She was stained with father's murder, she was cursed by God, and the magic spells that fired up my daring, one comes first. The seer of Delphi who declared, go through with this and you go free of guilt. Fail, but I won't repeat the punishment. What bow could hit the crest of so much pain? Pylades gives Orestes a branch of olive and invests him in the robes of Apollo, the wreath and insignia of suppliants to Delphi. Now look on me, armed with this branch and wreath, a suppliant bound for the navel stone of earth, Apollo's sacred heights, where they say the fire of heaven can never die. I must escape this blood, though it is my own, must turn towards his hearth, none but his, the prophet God decreed. I ask you, Argos and all my generations, remember how these brutal things were done. Be my witness to Menelaus when he comes. And now I go, an outcast driven off the land. In life and death I leave behind a name for. But you still have done well. Don't burden yourself with bad omens, lash yourself with guilt. You've set us free, Orestes, the whole city of Argos. Lop the heads off those 2 serpents once for all. Staring at the women and beyond, Orestes screams in terror. No, look! Women look like gorgons, shrouded in black, their heads wreathed, swarming serpents. Cannot stay, I must move on. But sir, what dreams can whirl you so? You of all men, you have your father's love. Steady, nothing to fear with all you've won. No dreams, these are torments, not to me, they're clear, real, the hounds of mother's hate. The blood's still wet on your hands, it puts a kind of frenzy in you. My god Apollo, here they come, thick and fast, their eyes dripping hate. One thing will purge you, Apollo's touch will set you free from all your torments. You can't see them, I can, they drive me on, I must move on. Orestes runs away. Pylades follows close behind. Farewell then, God look down on you with kindness, guard you, grant you fortune. Here once more, for the third time, the tempest in the race has struck the house of kings and run its course. First, the children eaten, the cause of all our pain, the curse. And next, the kingly man's ordeal, the bath where the proud commander, lord of Achaea's armies, lost his life. And now a third has come, but who? A third like saving Zeus, or shall we call him death? And where will this end? Where will it sink to sleep and rest, this murderous hate, this fury? The end.